Jefferson County Court at law number 2 is now in session with the court's announcement docket. First case is cause number 327-496. Case is style of state of Texas versus Christopher Lewis Dollins. Mr. Dollins is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Dollins, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Dollins, you're represented in this case by your attorney Dustin Galmore, who is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm doing great this morning, Judge. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Dollins' case?
Your Honor, we'd like to set Mr. Dollins' case on the trial docket.
Yes. Okay. Okay, this case will be reset for trial January 30th of 2023. Mr. Dollins, your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset, so stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. And this will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You do, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Galmore, your notice will be sent to you. The next case is cause number 330-810. Case is style of state of Texas versus Christopher Joel Gonzalez. Christopher Gonzalez is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Gonzalez, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Gonzalez, you are also represented in your case by attorney Dustin Galmore. Attorney Galmore, what is your announcement in Mr. Gonzalez's case?
Yes, Judge, we had asked for one last announcement date on this case. We still have to review all of the video evidence.
Okay. Okay, this case will be reset to January 4th of 2023. Mr. Gonzalez, your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice of your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. This will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr.
Thank you. You too. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And Mr. Galmore, I think this is your last case. You're free to go as well. Your notice will be sent to you and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. Y'all have a great day too.
Thank you. Court is back in session. Our next case, or the next two cases on the court's announcement docket, both cases are style of state of Texas versus Jeffrey Paul Davis Calhoun. Mr. Calhoun, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Calhoun, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Calhoun, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Calhoun, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Calhoun?
I'm pretty good.
That's good, Mr. Calhoun. You're represented in your case by attorney Nolan LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Good.
And Mr. LeBlanc, do you waive a record in Mr. Calhoun's cases?
We do, Judge.
Mr. Calhoun, the court has two cases before it. First case is cause number 329-768, and the second case is cause number 329-770. In cause number 329-768, the court has before it a motion, information that has been filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This information alleges that on or about April 11th, 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Calhoun, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge Mr. Calhoun, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Contest.
Now, Mr. Calhoun, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Calhoun, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment, is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Calhoun, there are a set of initials JC that are on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials JC on this document?
Yes, sir.
On the third page of the same document, Mr. Calhoun, there is a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, Mr. Calhoun, that is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Calhoun, at the top of this same document, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
We have a discovery certification. Mr. Calhoun, I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Calhoun, before you sign and initialed all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney, Mr. LeBlanc, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Calhoun, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment, and I have in the court's file State's Exhibit Number 2, the probable cause affidavit. Mr. Johnson, do you, will you be offering State's Exhibits 1 and 2?
Yes, Your Honor. State office, state 1, state 2.
Any objections? No objections. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. LeBlanc, you've advised and counseled Mr. Calhoun. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No evidence of that.
Mr. Calhoun, your attorney, Mr. LeBlanc, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Calhoun, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest in this case, the state is recommending confinement in the Jefferson County Jail for a period of 180 days, Your Honor. The state is asking that the court suspend imposing that sentence at the time, Your Honor, and placing the defendant on community supervision for a period of 12 months. Your Honor, requiring defendant to pay a $1,000 fine plus court costs, requiring him to complete 60 hours of community service, and to pay $60 restitution to the DPS lab, Your Honor. We're also in connection with this plea agreement, Your Honor, we're asking that the defendant forfeit the weapon that was found during the arrest, which was a Taurus 1911 pistol. And lastly, Your Honor, this case will be dismissing companion case number 329770.
And of course, we have no objection to that motion to dismiss, Judge.
Okay. Let's see. Forfeiture. And he'll be required to attend a DWI education class
Yes, Your Honor.
and drug and alcohol.
DWI conditions, Your Honor, but we're not asking for an interlock at this time.
Right, I mean, I don't think,
Okay.
yeah, it's not a interlock, it's not a 0.15 removal. Okay. Restitution dismiss, DWI drug assessment. Okay, Mr. Calhoun, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in the Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you will be placed on probation for 12 months. During the 12-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $1,000 plus court costs of $467, which comes to a total of fine and court costs of $1,467. You will also be required to pay restitution to the DPS lab in the amount of $60. You'll be required to pay probation fees of $60 each month. You'll also be required to pay your analysis fee of $15 each month. You'll be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is, the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation is $215. Will you be able to pay the $215 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, attend and complete a DWI education class, and have an alcohol assessment. You'll be required to, well, the state will dismiss cause number 329770, and you will also be required to adhere to the standard terms and conditions of this probation. And in cause number 329770, I have before me a motion to forfeit the weapon to the Texas Department of Public Safety. And you're gonna have to strike through, it says DPS Police Department. You're gonna just strike through, it's Texas Department of Public Safety. Okay. And now, Mr. Calhoun, do you recognize this motion? And let's see, is this your signature on the line that is titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing and initialing this document, did you read the document?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And did your attorney go over this document with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that your attorney went over?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Hold on a minute. It only just has Taurus 1911. Does it have a serial number or anything?
No, sir.
It might be in the offense report.
Yeah, I mean,
That's where I got it. That's fine.
Okay, Mr. Calhoun, in cause number 3297770, have this motion to forfeit the weapon. Now, the weapon that's being forfeited is a Taurus 1911 serial number NKW 23751, and it's going to be forfeited to the Texas Department of Public Safety, or DPS, in the state of Texas. Now, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature also on this document?
Yes, sir.
And you and your attorney, prior to initialing this document, signing it, you and your attorney went over it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, and is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, Mr. Calhoun, the court is going to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon to DPS. Or the Texas Department of Public Safety, commonly referred to as DPS. And now, and this is part of the plea bargain agreement in cause number 3297768. Now, Mr. Calhoun, do you understand the state's offer in this case, cause number 3297768, the driving while intoxicated case?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in this case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Calhoun, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Calhoun, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney, follow the directions of our clerk. And once you finish following her directions, and once you get a copy of this motion to dismiss, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. LeBlanc, it's always good seeing you.
It is Jim.
And once you sign the necessary paperwork, you'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
And Judge, you want me to bring him over to probation tonight?
Yeah, he does the instructions on the
I'm gonna let him follow me there, Judge.
okay. Okay. Jefferson County Court of Law number 2 is back in session. Cause number 322-340 and cause number 332-334. Both cases are styled state of Texas versus David Christopher Lewis. Mr. Lewis, is that your full name?
David Christopher Lewis.
Okay, and Mr. Lewis, now, in cause number 322-340, we show here that you're represented by attorney Stella Morrison. Okay, Ms. Morrison, how are you doing?
I don't know, I haven't gotten a chance to speak with the ADA. I think the recommendation is gonna be, something we can probably live with, but I need to find out what the ADA is recommending and pass it on to him to see whether he's gonna accept it.
Okay, so you need the case reset?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now,
I have to be, I have to be in court in Beaumont, Texas on Friday if Mr. Lewis have time.
This Friday.
Yes, sir.
Actually, it's a busy work day. So I'm gonna be on here.
Friday's your birthday.
No, work day.
It's a work
Yes,
day.
sir. Busy work day.
What day next week, Mr. Lewis?
Monday.
Monday? Okay, we're gonna set him, we're gonna
I'm
set
in
him,
court Monday, Your Honor, so I can be here.
you'll be in,
anytime.
okay, so we're gonna reset him for Monday, yeah, next week. Now, Ms. Morrison, you're gonna sign on the first case, I think the second case, they haven't received a letter rep yet, and so he'll sign on the second case. Both cases are gonna be set on the same day.
Thank you.
All
Your
right,
Honor.
stand on the X, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's Morrison's gonna sign it.